Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. It's, as always, just give it a little bit of time for people to join before we really get started. And if you're here and waiting, drop in the comments where you're watching from. It would be good to know who we have and where from. Okay, so let's make a move on this and get talking about customer loyalty. How can your Wi-Fi system help you get more loyal customers from first-time customers, essentially? And one of the big things social Wi-Fi do is around helping you retain more of your customers. How can you find out who your customers are, and how can you attract them back in on a more regular basis to spend more money with you? Because if you manage that, then you are you're growing your business. You have loyal customers. It's sustainable, and you're going to earn more revenue. You're going to be happy. Hello from Winnipeg in Canada. Thank you for joining us. Thernio, hopefully I've Thierno, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I apologize if I am not. But yeah, so social Wi-Fi, we have two big aims. Is to find you some new customers as well. But one of the big things, and where there are the most possibilities in the system, is retaining your customers. So you'll see on my screen, I have the dashboard open for a fictional hotel chain. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a new venue for a restaurant within that hotel group. And I'm going to show you some of the things that you can do in order to encourage people to come back more frequently. So we have a hotel group. Let's pretend they're going to add a restaurant to their portfolio. And I'm going to very quickly go through the social Wi-Fi branding wizard so I can show you the process of creating a new venue in the system and getting things going. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I'm going to rush through it as quickly as I can. Let's call this a beachfront restaurant. And I've just got the rest of social Wi-Fi's details in here. Let's put some branding in. So I prepared something earlier, some generic artwork. Let's go with a background image here. Let's put a logo in. And then what I like to do is find a color matching tool and get the hex code of color logos. And now I can make the buttons look that same color as well. Let's make that text black. Let's change the link color to that yellow. Let's put a filter on that. So we can put some filter overlays on as well to make things stand out. We can make it more transparent or less. I'm kind of happy with that. Let's hit save. Let's go next. We're going to create some email, branding. We've pulled through all of the artwork from the page before, but you can upload new artwork if you want to. I'm happy with all of that. The review system, I'm not going to worry about in this, but you can link people to your TripAdvisor page, your Facebook page to leave reviews after their visits if you want. But we've essentially created a new venue in the system now. And what I can show you is how things look like now. So the editor gives you a rough idea of how things are going to look. But here you can see how it will actually look. And that, to me, is a very nice looking Wi-Fi login page. And we can do further adjustments on this. But for the purpose of this webinar, I'm going to do more adjustments on the welcome page. And these can be done very easily because it's a drag and drop creator. So this page here, the welcome page, is where people get to once they've completed the login process. At this point, they've got internet access. They're probably going to go and check Instagram or Facebook, send some WhatsApp messages. But this page here is a great piece of digital real estate to put some call to action on there. And what we can do, if I remove some of these things, like any drag and drop creator, you take things from the right hand side and drop them into the middle, nice and easy. So if I take a full width cell here, I can also upload a URL redirection image. If I drag that across, and now I can upload some new artwork. And what I created earlier was a banner advert for 2-for-1 Mondays. This restaurant is sponsored by Social Wi-Fi. You can see, very generous. You buy, with every course you buy on a Monday, you're going to get another one for free. But what we can also do here is we can make this clickable and redirect this to a web page of your choosing. So maybe you have a landing page specific to an offer, or you have a table booking system. There's a landing page for call to action, and you just paste in the URL here. We've defaulted it to Google, but if I wanted that to go to socialwifi.com, I can just update that. Let's put the pricing page and hit save. So really easy to put a banner advert in there, and you can make these say whatever you want. These are literally just images that you upload, and we attach a redirection URL. What we can do more of, though, if we select another aspect of this image, we can do some more specific targeting. So if we wanted to target just the first time visitors, about halfway down here, you can see visit filter. And we can select at a given nth visit or every nth visit. But if I put this to visit number 1, this banner image will only be visible to people on their first visit on the Wi-Fi network. If you don't want this showing on a Monday, I just remove that. We have this option here, show on a given day of the week. And if I turn off Monday, the advert will be seen to people on every other day of the week, but we're not going to show it on a Monday. And we have many other filters like this. You know, if you want to target men, women, we don't always get the gender information. So that's why there's the no data option there as well. Adults, people under the age of 18, that's very important in a lot of countries if you are promoting alcohol. So that's the main reason why that's in there, but that you might find other reasons for doing that. So this isn't just about placing an image and a redirection link. You can be precise on when you want that to be seen. Likewise, we do gather people's date of birth with certain login methods. So you could display something specifically on their birthday, or we also give the option of a week before their birthday as well. So if I just hit save on that, and actually I'm just going to jump back into that for a moment. because I just want to make the corners of the image here are quite solid, and I quite like rounded edges. So I'm just going to put a bit of a border radius on there. And what I can do now, I can show you how this is going to look on a login process. So anybody that is already using the social Wi-Fi dashboard and has access, we've recently released a login preview function. On the home page, we have this generate demo login button here. If I click that twice, it opens up a new window and I can go through the entire login process. And if you take this URL and put it in on your phone, you'll get the same thing on mobile. I'm on a MacBook here. This is full desktop screen. MacBook, the Facebook login is disabled for some technical reasons, but I can go through the login process now, and you can see things from end to end. Okay, so I need to put in my Twitter account details here. Let me just update that. Authorize the app to gather my data. Let's opt in to data, and now I have the welcome page. Now it's not displaying the banner advert because I have selected one of the settings I selected means I'm not going to see it. So let's go and see which one that is. On birthday. And it's not my birthday today, unfortunately. That is at least a month away. So I kind of messed up there with my prep. I should have turned that off, but let's go through this again. And there we have the banner advert. And if I click on this, it takes me to the pricing page of social Wi-Fi, which I selected before. This one is very much geared around getting people to book now, book a table. So if you've got open table or something like that, you can redirect people to there. So that's just on the login pages. Oh, and by the way, you can stack these one above another. You can put two side by side. We have multiple layouts. You can just use the drag and drop creator to put as many of these on the page as you want. Probably not going to want to make it too long though, but the system is very flexible, enabling you to do that. Okay. What else can we do here? Where else can we create some things? We can also send some emails automatically. And we have a number of email automations, and these are very popular because you create the content, you set a rule for the delivery of these emails, and they're just going to get sent automatically when people log in, or in some cases when they don't log in. So we have a number of different types of automation. So we have a first visit email, we have a loyalty email. The not seen in email is very popular for restaurants and companies that want to win back potentially lost customers. Goodbye emails, birthday emails after they've left an online review. We have a number of different types of emails. And whenever you select one of these, so if I take the not seen in email, you get some additional options of when you want that email to be sent. So the delay here could be 30 days. And in this case, if somebody is logged into the Wi-Fi network, but they haven't logged back in within 30 days, we'll send them an email on that 30th day with the content that you've created. Some sort of incentive to get them to come back and buy again. First visit email, though, is really good for trying to get people into your loyalty schemes, trying to get them to come back again, maybe let them know what events you have. It's about trying to engage with that customer. They're there for the first time. What can you do to make them more likely to come back? Now, the login email is exactly the same. Excuse me. The login email is exactly the same, but it gets sent on more than just the first login. And this is the one that I'm going to play with because I've just logged in before. And if I set this to first visit email, it's not going to send to me. So for the purpose of demonstrating this, I'm just going to set the delay as 1 minute after login. Let me give a name to this. Okay, test email. And once we've saved the settings, we then go into the email creator. At the bottom of the page, we can change the email subject. I'm just going to keep that as it is for now, but you just type in what you want it to say. And we have some lorem ipsum text, and we've pulled some of the artwork through from before. But let's get rid of that text. Let's make this look a bit nice. And let's put in a text element. You can see I'm just dragging from the right of the page into the middle. So what do we want to say here? We're pretending this is somebody's first visit. Okay. Okay, so I've added some text there. Let's center align that. Black text is fine. I can change the font if I want. You can also upload your own fonts as well in the settings section. But that all looks fine right now. I just take those grid lines off. Now let's put the same banner advert in that we saw before. So if I select the image section here, and now I've just placed the advert. Let's just put some spacing in here to make it look a little bit nicer. Really simple email. I'm not spending too much time on this. But if I select that image again, I can get the href option on the right-hand side in order to, someone clicks that, I want them to go somewhere, of course. So like I said, landing page or booking system, wherever. That's just our pricing page again. I can change the border radius. This is set to 100% width. If I want that to be just 50%, I can. I'm going to, I'm just doing that to show you, but let's put that back to 100% width. Okay, let's change the email subjects to 2 for 1. Mondays. Okay, let's hit save on that. And you can preview this as well on different device types. So I've got mobile here, I've got tablet, we've got desktop. But once I've hit save on that, I need to activate it. That's really important. So if you're an existing client and you're looking to do this, you need to go back into your list of email campaigns and change the status to active. Super important, because when I was practicing earlier, I forgot to do that, and I was trying to work out why it wasn't sending. So, all being well, if I go back and test the login process, 1 minute after I do this, I will get an email. And because I've already logged in and I've already agreed to GDPR, it skipped that page because I'm already opted in, and it's just taken me straight to the welcome page. And now we need to wait for 1 minute for me to hopefully get that email. So I'm going to have to talk for a minute and wait. And I'll have to change my screen sharing as well to show you what comes through. But in the meantime, if anybody has got any questions, let me know, because this is your chance to ask me anything that's on your mind, anything that you've seen so far that you'd like to know more about, or just in general. If you've got any general questions about the service, I may answer them now, or I might just come back to them in a little while. Okay, I've got that email come through, which is nice. let me change my screen sharing. Let me change this to this one. The emails come through, really looking nice. We've got that background image. We've got the content that I created. On mobile, that's going to look largely the same. It's just going to crop the left and the right of that central white box there. So you use the drag and drop creator, and it's going to be optimized for mobile and desktop. And in fact, if I just change the way I share it once again, but before I do, you will see that the sender is also the venue name. So it's not coming from social Wi-Fi. It's going to look, the name is going to be of your business. And you'll see here the default is for it to come from a social Wi-Fi email server, but you can configure your own SMTP server. So all the messages will come from your emails as well. But I did prepare a little PowerPoint to show you what it would look like on mobile as well. Let's go share again. Where is PowerPoint? There it is. In fact, I prepared the whole login process. So we've got the mobile and desktop versions of the login page. What happens if somebody selects the email login option? And you can add more fields in here, like their name, their date of birth, their gender, and that will just, create more boxes for people to fill in. The GDPR opt-in page on desktop and mobile. You can change the slider to a button as well if you want, but the statistics show that you get more opt-ins with a slider. People have to swipe right to opt in. We don't know why more people opt in. We just Tinder generation. People swipe right all the time, it seems. The welcome page, that success page that we saw after you've got internet connectivity. But this is the email on mobile and desktop. So as you can see, it's just a narrower version of the desktop one. So really simple how we're managing that. Now you can send, like I said, you can send similar types of emails to generate loyalty. Obviously, what I'm demonstrating here is like a 2-for-1 deal is a good way to drive loyalty. Mondays are, so I'm talking about restaurants here a lot, but this can work for many different types of businesses. I'm just giving the example of a restaurant just to give some context to this. But Mondays are notoriously the quietest day of the week for restaurants. So giving an incentive to go on a Monday is always a good thing to do. Let me just get the dashboard up again. But you might want to promote other things, and you just have to create the artwork accordingly. Like I said, on the welcome pages, you can add more than one of those banners. And likewise with the email automations, you can add more than one type of automation at a time. So I've got a login email here, and if I want, I can add a second login email as well. So let's just call this loyalty test 2, and I want this one to be sent 5 hours after the login, and it might be more of a thank you for coming, some links to fan pages, loyalty schemes, events calendars, up to you. But so you can tier these. You're not limited to just one of each type of email. You can set tiers of these, and that's very popular with the birthday email. So I just quickly jump into that one. You can set, like, maybe your first email you want to send 28 days before the birthday, book a table, book a massage, book a room in the hotel for the weekend, then follow up on 14. then 7, and then on their birthday, you might want to send an email as well. So you can create tiered campaigns there. What other types of emails have we got? Loyalty email. Obviously, let's talk about the loyalty email because that's the purpose of this. So every time somebody logs in, we count how many times they've visited that venue. So very popular with, let's move to coffee shops. Very popular with coffee shops. Lots of they have their stamp cards, and on your 10th coffee you're going to get a free one, for example. We can kind of do that with number of Wi-Fi logins. So we will only count a Wi-Fi login once every day. So you don't have to worry about people abusing it and logging in multiple times. But what you could do is, so let's say every 10th visit, I want to send a particular type of email. Every 10th visit, and on the 10th visit, I want them to receive an email straight away. So let's say 1 minute again, and that might be just a simple thank you for your loyalty, thank you for buying from us so often. Maybe you want to integrate something such as you want to put a specific code on there. So the same code would go to everybody, but you say, mention this to the barista next time you order, and the barista could maybe put that into the POS system. They could just take the word for it. But yeah, generally a message on the 10th, 20th, 30th, 40th visit, that's going to make them feel valued, and you can put some call to action, some incentive on there, and it's just going to hopefully deepen the positive feeling that the customer has for your brand, and they'll recommend you to more people. What other types of emails do we have here that might be of interest? So with first visit email, we discussed loyalty, not seen in, login, goodbye email. Not really for loyalty, but you could, so let's say you're a hotel brand. You obviously want to encourage people to book directly in the future, not go through third-party sites like booking.com. So you could say goodbye. So if somebody hasn't used the Wi-Fi network for 18 hours, let's assume that they have left the hotel and they're not coming back for some time. Send them an email. Give them your contact details to encourage them to book directly. Tell them that they'll get the best prices if they book directly. Great for you as a hotel because you're not going to pay commission fees. Maybe you want to send a questionnaire following up. So I guess the goodbye email could be used in terms of loyalty, encouraging people to buy again, to spend again, to book again, whatever it might be for your industry. And the birthday email, of course, really, it's quite self-explanatory. People have a decision to make. Where are they going to celebrate their birthday? Weekend away, hotel, experience, shopping. Very popular shopping malls, actually. Come and have a birthday spending spree. And I think a lot of our clients in the shopping mall sector actually send some sort of incentive. I think I know some say that they can get a glass of Prosecco, for example, if they go to a specific place and show the email. The post-rating email is geared around our reviews section, online reviews. So if it's positive, you might say thank you. If it's negative, you'll obviously say sorry and try and encourage people to get in touch and reply to the email with why they felt negatively. But hopefully you've seen that by combining your own banner advert creations with the Wi-Fi login system and the email automations, you've got some tools there that is going to help you drive loyalty with your customers. And that's essentially it. There's a lot more to the dashboard. Like, we've only looked at 2 or 3 tabs here, I think. We have the review system, we've got our integrations, we've got our developer API if you want to get into that, full enterprise permission structures. There's so much more to social Wi-Fi. But for this webinar, it's focused purely on how can you use our tools in order to drive customer loyalty? How can you turn a customer that comes once into somebody that comes multiple times? We're giving you a really good chance of achieving that because we're capturing customer data. Without the Wi-Fi system capturing the data of your customers, how do you know who your customers are? Because if you don't know who they are, you don't have any scalable way to encourage them to come back and buy from you more often. So, and that's how e-commerce giants do so well. They know who you are. They know what you're clicking on. They know what you're looking at. They know what you're buying. They can retarget you to encourage you to spend more money. And that actually reminds me, there is actually something else that you could use if you want to do some third-party spending. Really simple tool that we have here is Facebook Pixel integration and Google remarketing integration. So you can build audiences of known customers and target them with specific adverts on the Facebook ad platform or the Google ad platform, encouraging them to come back and spend again. You know what happens when you look at a pair of shoes on Amazon, for example. You're seeing that pair of shoes on every other website that you go to. You could have some similar success by implementing the Pixel for your business and encouraging people to come back again. And only your known customers would see that, which is a really neat function. So you can have separate messaging for known customers, and then you could also remove those customers from other campaigns, attracting new people in. So I'm pretty sure that's the last thing to show you in terms of how you can use social Wi-Fi for loyalty. As I've got up there, use the comments to ask any questions, because I'm kind of done here. And if you don't ask any questions, I will just end the broadcast in a couple of minutes. So type away any questions. It doesn't have to just be about loyalty. It can be about other parts of our service if you want whilst I'm here. But if you've got no questions, I'll just say now, thank you for watching the webinar. I appreciate the support, especially from the people that said hello in Canada, I see. So yeah, I'll sit here quietly for a minute. If I see any questions, I'll tackle them. If not, thanks for being here, and I'll end the broadcast in a moment. Okay, it looks like we've got nothing coming through, so that's a wrap. I'll say goodbye. Thank you.